in Old Chicago and Bolingbrook, a presentation of WGN Sports. Stay tuned now. Lou has the leadoff man in a moment. And then we'll be back with the first game of the doubleheader between the Cubs and the Phillies on WGN Radio Chicago.
How you doing, everybody? Lou with the leadoff man from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. And they were too friendly yesterday when the Phillies defeated the Cubs 9-3. But the Cubs are hopeful to turn that score around today in a doubleheader. The leadoff man is brought to you by Yale Insurance Agencies. We'll be talking to our guest, fine Major League ball player, ex-Major League ball player, and now one of the voices of the Philadelphia Phillies, Richie Ashburn, a favorite here in and around Chicago. You know, buying a new car, well, that's 427-6322, or drive in. That's Yale, the lower-cost auto insurance people. Here's a fine gentleman and a fine ex-major leaguer who must be watering at the mouth when he sees all those infields with AstroTurf on them. Because if there's one fella who had a particular swing for that particular type of an infield, it's Richie Allen. A fellow who gets over 200 hits a year. My gosh, he would get 250 to 260 hits a year. Richie, has that thought ever came to your mind?
Oh, yes, I thought about it, Lou. I did really pattern my swing, so I would hardly ever hit the ball in the air. Of course, I didn't have that much power, and I wanted to either hit a line drive or hit the ball on the ground. And the particular fields that I used to like very, very well were Pittsburgh and the Cardinals and the Philadelphia, where the fields were hard, and the ball would bounce and the ball would pick up speed. And I'd say the AstroTurf, I think someday somebody's going to come along and really hit a lot on it.
You know, this, I think, makes the smaller individual who has ability to swing the bat and make contact more of a chance to be a major leaguer than he has years ago.
I believe that's true.
Speed also is involved.
Larry Bohr, I think, on our team is a perfect example of that. Larry still hits the ball in the air too much, but I think he's learning that all he has to do is get the bat above the ball, try to keep the ball on the AstroTurf, and if you top the ball, it'll bounce 50 feet in the air. If you hit it solid, it shoots through the infield.
I think Scott should learn to do that same thing. He learns to bunt. He's a good bunter. On the AstroTurf, it's very difficult to bunt, but he's got the speed to really top that ball and beat many things. He can hit 300 beating out here.
I haven't seen that much of him. You just brought him up, and we have seen him in these two series, but he does appear to have outstanding speed. Now he should utilize that speed.
You were a member of the Whiz Kids,
right?
And could you compare the member of the Whiz Kid championship team to the modern day ball club?
It's hard. You can. It's hard because we played in an 18 league then, and there are another 100 ball players playing in the National League now that wouldn't have been around then. I think the opposition was a little better then. Not that there isn't good opposition around, but there's
spread out, in other words.
Certainly thinned out.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the expansion, it's just reality that you're going to spread out that good ability and good ball club. But I was thinking mostly of you compared to the modern ball player, Constantine compared to maybe a Reed or a Suter, and you had a great speed on that ball club.
Well, yes, we had players who would make this ball club, and this ball club certainly has players that would make ours at that time. Overall, I think that this club is probably a little better. I think it certainly has a much stronger bench. It's probably a little better balanced in power and speed. I don't see a Jim Constantine on this team. I don't see a Robin Roberts on this team. I don't see a Kurt Simmons on this team. I think our pitching is probably a little better then. I believe I could have made this team. I don't know whether I would have played center field or not with Gary Maddox out there now, but I think you would. I would have played somewhere, maybe second base, I don't know.
I think Richie Ashburn would be moving Maddox, not a Maddox moving Richie Ashburn, not because you're here, but I know of your ability. Now, Richie, as I know and you know, because I managed the ball club at 60, you were a fiery type ball player. You hated to get a strike called on you.
That's a charitable description of it. But
Yeah, now what would be your description of yourself?
I had
on the air.
I had an unbelievable drive, Lou, and I don't know where I got it or where it came from. I still have it. I still get involved in these little goofy tennis games and things like that, and I still have it, but I just got mad when I thought somebody was trying to beat me.
Well, and you got mad because you thought that umpire called a strike that was questionable. You thought that he was taking the bat out of your hand, and that's your livelihood, right? But I was managed at the time, and I had to keep you in the lineup.
I can remember a few times you probably saved me from getting tossed out. And, you know, I like most of the umpires, but it just seemed when the game started that I didn't really like anybody very well.
Well, now that's the spirit that we wish everybody would have in any athletic contest. But I think you'd have to control that spirit. Now, whether you can or not, with that driving desire to win, that's the problem, and that's the individual's problem right there. But it's great to have.
I never got as mad as anybody else, though, as I got at myself. I used to get mad at myself.
Afterwards, after you were thrown out of the ball game and cost you $50.
Well, you know, I only got thrown out of 3 ball games in my whole career. That's hard for you to believe. I know.
Oh, I know. I saved you out of 50. But that's
and one guy threw me out of all 3.
Is that right?
Ken Burkhardt.
Oh, yeah. I know Ken. Good. Ricky, I want to thank you very much for coming over, talking a little baseball with us. And I know that you're all keyed up about your ball club, and I only hope that the Cubs and Phillies battle down to the last series.
I think it'll be close.
Ricky Ashford has been our guest. Say, do you know what's one of our great vanishing American assets? It's pure, fresh, unpolluted water. Now, think about that for a minute. People can do without many things, but not without drinking water. So it's good common sense to have the finest possible drinking water in your home. That's Mountain Valley drinking water. Doctors even recommend Mountain Valley water, and so does Blue Boudreaux. I have some Mountain Valley water, and it's pure spring water with no chemicals added. It's good for youngsters and oldsters, even babies. For over a century, people have journeyed to Hot Springs, Arkansas to drink pure Mountain Valley spring water. And now it's available, bottled and delivered direct to your doorstep. For more information or to arrange delivery, call Mountain Valley at 569-2820. That telephone number is 569-2820. You like Mountain Valley water? It's good for you. This is Lou Boudreaux, and this has been the Leadoff Man, brought to you by Yale Insurance Agency. Stay tuned now for Vin Floyd and today's first game of a doubleheader between the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. This has been a presentation of WGN Sports. This is WGN Radio Chicago.
Chicago Cubs are on the air. Good morning, everybody, and welcome once again to Major League Baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago, where they've had some heavy rains, just as I know you've had in many parts of this Chicagoland area, at least, in the morning. But they have taken the top off the field here, while we had a little sunshine a few minutes ago. It has now again become very overcast, and the threat of rain persists here for this doubleheader between the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. And in the first game, Mike Turco, just recalled from Wichita, made a relief appearance the other day without too much success. Will be going after his first win of the season for the Cubs, and he goes up against the tough right-hander Larry Christensen, who has one victory out of his 5 wins this year against the Cubs, and he pitched a superb ball game over at Veterans Stadium last Sunday against the Cubs. And it's his first start, of course, since then. The Phillies open up today with a 3-game edge over the Cubs in the Eastern Division, and only a game and a half behind the Cubs. The Montreal Expos were idled yesterday, and Pittsburgh just 2.5 off the pace of the Cubs. The Pirates last night defeated the New York Mets by a score of 4-3. So it's getting a little crowded in that 2, 3, and 4 spot, and the Cubs, of course, are hoping to close some ground on the Philadelphia Phillies here today They have lost 5 in a row to this ball club now. 4-game sweep over at Philly last weekend. And the Phils winning yesterday's ball game. So Kruko, in his first start for the Cubs since they recalled him. They sent him out to Wichita, you recall, in May. And while his won and lost record leaves you wondering why they brought him back, he won 2 and lost 3. Story is that in his last 2 or 3 starts for the Cubs Farm Club there, he began to come around. He has a good record against this ball club. No, I'm sorry. He does not have a good record against this ball club. I am thinking of Ray Burris, who's scheduled to go now in Game 2. Christensen, 5 and 6 for the year, tall right-hander, and he has beaten the Cubs 7 times out of 8 decisions in his career with the Phillies. Mike Schmidt came up with a pulled hamstring yesterday going into second base. He is out of action and will very likely go back to Philadelphia from Chicago if he has not already gone back. And Davey Johnson, who injured himself in an attempt to score from second base yesterday, and Dave Kingman's strong throw to Larry Cox has blocked him out completely at the plate. Davey Johnson is sitting out this first game, with Richie Hefner playing over at third base. So both Danny Ozark and the Cubs skipper Herman Banks are battling some injuries to key personnel. Our broadcast of Game 1 today is brought to you by the Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Also, your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealers. Find out how the Gallup Men of Olds can make car buying a pleasure for you. General Finance's 70 Chicagoland offices to borrow up to $10,000. Call friendly Bob Adams at Andover 3-2020. True Value Hardware Stores. And that's not just a name. It's their way of doing business. True Value. The G. Heilman Brewing Company of La Crosse, Wisconsin, makers of Old Style, the pure brewed beer from God's country. You can enjoy Old Style right out here at Wrigley Field. Got to take a moment here for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
WGN Radio Chicago at 70 degrees at Midway, 72 in the lakefront.
Bobby Wine has Danny Ozark line up guard at home plate, and Tina Flowery with that of Herman Frank. Plate umpire today will be Jerry Dale in the first game. John McCary at first base. Paul Runge will be working at second, and Bob Engel at third. The starting lineup for the Phillies will have Jake McBride nursing a tender ankle, which he injured slightly up in Montreal in their recent series. Leading off, McBride will be in right field with Larry Boa at shortstop, and Gary Maddox in the number 3 position today. Maddox in center field, and the Cubs coming out of the dugout. Greg Lucinski, who got his 18th home run of the year here yesterday, will be in left field batting cleanup. Richie Hefner hitting fifth. Richie at third base. Jose Cardinal, who got him on the board with a 3-run double in the first inning, will be at first base. Bob Cohn, who got a big 2-run blow in the 8th, doing the catching, and Sizemore batting 8th. Now our national anthem. Complete that starting lineup. The starting pitcher for him in Game 1, the right-hander, Larry Christensen. Kruko out at the hill will give you the Cub batting order as time permits. Billy DeMar is coming around to coach at third base. Tony Taylor will be coaching over at first. And before Jake McBride steps in against Mike Kruko, Let's take time out for this message.
Heileman's Old Style, the legendary beer from God's country, is a beer brewed with sparkling, pure Wisconsin spring water in a traditional old-world way of pure brewing, double brewing.
Dave Rader doing the catching. Kruko getting his sign from him as McBride steps in with a 286 average. And Mike's first pitch is a breaking ball outside for ball one, and the first game is underway. Cubs with Larry Bittner at first base. Matty Trio second. Kruko in the windup. Fastball swung out. Bouncing ball. Trio to his right. Matty has it. Flat arm throw. Whipped over to first base. And there's one away. Slow bouncer over the pitcher's mound. That brings up Larry Boa, who steps in hitting .323 for the year. He is third in the National League with that batting average. Leading the league is Terry Poole of Houston, batting .333, and Bill Matlock of the Giants batting .325, and then Larry Boa. Yesterday, Boa was 2 for 5. Batting left-handed, Mike's first pitch, a strike call. On the left side of the infield, Ivan De Jesus at shortstop and Steve Olivares at third. The Cubs with Kingman, Gross, and Mercer in the outfield in the first game. There's a swing and a bouncing ball. One step to his right goes Trio. He makes the pickup and whips that throw over. And he has retired the first two batters on ground balls to the second baseman. That brings up Gary Maddox, today hitting in the third spot. And he steps in with a .303 batting average for the year. Dropped a point or two after getting one hit yesterday and 5 trips to the plate. He's a big, tall right-hander, takes a extremely wide stance. Has 6 homers for the year and 30 runs batted in. Kruko in the windup. First pitch, fastball. Maddox takes a strike right at the letters. Gross way over into left center field for him. And Trio skated a bit up the middle. Here's the windup in the pitch. A little bit low with a fastball. Ball 1, strike 1. 2 gone, bases empty. Last several games, the opposition has gotten off to a big start against the Cubs in the first inning. Maddox goes after that pitch, fouls it back out of play. Fastball to him. Ball 1, strike 2. Mike has only pitched 10 innings here for the Cubs this year after spending the entire rookie season with the Cubs. Last year, 1-2 delivery. Fastball, high and tight. Ball 2, strike 2. He has given up 14 hits in 10 innings. 2 of them homers, 1 here in relief the other day. 2-2 delivery. Swung on at a high fly ball. Gross coming in a few steps. He'll have it easily. Greg is there. Reaches up. 2 made a check. And that's a little better. 3 up and 3 down. Stepping in now will be Ivan De Jesus. He'll be followed by Greg Gross, and then Bobby Mercer. Christensen out to the mound with the rest of his Philadelphia teammates. And after half inning of play in our first game, no score.
My aunt, I'd like to bring her in. He just found out McDonald's is giving away family reunions. Aunt Dolly, she's the best. Now through July 16th, every participating McDonald's, with the help of United Airlines, is giving away a family reunion. You have a new chance every day to win, to have your loved ones flown home to you.
I have a grandmother, and she's 81. It'd be really good to see her.
Get complete details at your participating McDonald's. With
Cookie Rojas has started his Major League playing career with these Philadelphia Phillies in the coach's box at first for the Cubs. And Joe Malfitano coaching over at third. In their outfield, they have Luzinski in left, Maddox in center, Jake McBride in right field. Jose Cardinal at first base, Ted Sizemore at second, Larry Boa at shortstop, Richie Hebner is at third base, Bob Boone doing the catching. Christensen, very impressive against the Cubs last Sunday when he got a complete game victory by a score of 4-2. Tall right-hander, and first pitch is a strike called on Ivan De Jesus. And a hit yesterday, Ivan did and drove in a run, his 18th of the year. Takes to the next pitch, and it's a slider a little low. Ball 1, strike 1. Ivan batting .266 for the year. Christensen has been pitching well his last couple of outings and brought his earned run average down a bit. There's a swing and a one-hopper back out to the mound. It's going to be an easy play over to Cardinal, who's got the bag with his foot. And DeJesus, fooled by the pitch, weak bouncer to the pitcher. That brings up Greg Gross, who got into the game late yesterday and was 0 for 2. He stepped into the .280 average for the year. The left-hander has 1 homer and 23 runs batted in for the season. Richardson's first pitch. He's high with a fastball, ball 1. We're 94 and 2/3 innings right now. Fastball is in there for a strike, 1-1. Given up 91 hits, only 6 of them have been homers in 14 starts, and he has 4 complete games. 1-1 delivery. That's blown inside as a breaking ball. 2-1. Native of the state of Washington. Tall, slender, 6'4", about 210. 2-1 pitch. Great swing, a well-hit fly ball, but Luzinski going over to his left is under it, and he makes the two-handed catch just over his head. Well hit to the opposite field, and here is Bobby Mercer. Singled yesterday to drive in his 25th run of the year. Left-hander batting just .244 for the year with only 3 home runs. And this for the Cubs, their 72nd game of the year. Approaching the halfway mark in this season. Christensen wide. Fastball. Bobby gets under it and fouls it back out of play. Christensen struck out 4 of the Cubs, then walked 4. Allowed 7 hits in his victory by a score of 4-2 last Sunday. 0-1 delivery. Right-hander fires a strike over the outside corner. Bobby questions that call. Terry Dale, the big umpire behind the plate, in his 8th year in the National League. 44 years of age. So Christensen out in front of Mercer with a 0-2 count, no score, the windup in the pitch. Swung on, and he fouls it out of play to the left side. Christensen keeping it away from him. This is the 4th year in the majors for Christensen. Setting the sign of Bob Bourne as Mercer resettles himself in the batter's spot. Now Bobby calls time, steps out a moment. And it's darkening up again. Looks like it's getting ready to give us another shower. 0-2 pitch. Wastes the fastball high. 1-2. Larry hands at the belt, gets his side, steps back to wind up in the pitch. Breaking ball didn't break. Stayed up high. 2-2. Last year, he was 19-6 for the Phillies. Outstanding season. 2 out, bases empty. Bottom of the first inning of our first game. Christensen starts the windup. Here's the pitch. Mercer swings, and a hard one hopper. Gets off the shoulder. Sizemore winds up in right center field. Sizemore backed up with that ball, was hit very, very sharply. Thought he could get it on that first hop, and it had a lot of top spin on it. Mercer is on with a single, the first hit of the day, and that brings up Dave Kingman. He was 2 for 4 yesterday. A couple of singles. Did not drive in a run. Batting average is at .246. Dave with 15 home runs. Ranked 3rd in the National League in homers. First pitch, fastball, and he takes it inside of the letters. Ball 1. Greg Luzinski, the home run leader today in the National League with 18, and George Foster of Cincinnati, second with 16. 1-0 delivery. Dave swings and he misses, and he shakes his head in disbelief. He went after that fastball that was jamming him right at the letters. Ball 1, strike 1. Cincy last night shut out again. Another 4-hitter thrown at him by Houston. Last night it was Bannister. Night before, Tom Dixon. 1-1 delivery. He takes, and it's a strike. He thought that was going to be in too close at the letters. All 3 pitches have been almost in the same spot, and he's questioning that call by Dale as he shakes his head a couple of times. Resettles himself with that straightaway chance. Runner on at first, and a count of 1-2. Here it is. Swung on, he tapped a little foul ball. That one was down and away to him. Ball goes into the Cub dugout. Still 1-2. The Dodgers last night ended Atlanta another defeat. And Houston defeating Cincinnati. The San Francisco Giants were idle So they now lead Cincy by 3.5, and they lead the Dodgers by 5. It's very hazy, very overcast. 2 gone. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Kingman. Swings, and there's one that's tagged. There's the meeting. That is way out over the left field wall. And the Cubs have taken a 2-0 lead on Dave Kingman. Tremendous shot. His 16th home run of the year. For the big guy. That pitch was just about at the belt, and he nailed it with all he had. Tremendous home run. So for a change, the Cubs are out in front. And here is Larry Bittner. First pitch, a strike on Larry. Hitting .276, dropped some points yesterday, going 0 for 4. Man, oh man, what a welcome strike that one was, huh, Lou?
Yeah, let's hope he's in the groove now.
It all started after the first 2 batters were retired routinely. Mercer hit a hard shot that handcuffed Sizemore. Reached down to hit, and then on 1 and 2, King Kong walloped it. There's a swing on a high pitch, and he fouls it out of play to the left side. That does not led this ball club, I'm sure, since the Philadelphia Phillies' first visit to Wrigley Field this year, when the Cubs beat them 2 out of 2. Wind up the delivery. That's a curve into the dirt. It's Dave's first home run here at Wrigley Field. The San Diego Padres were here. Return throw down away.
27th, the foul ball one that he got.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the disputed one. Yeah. Tuesday. But the next shot had gone foul. 0-2 delivery. 1 out and missed. And Christensen gets out of the inning with 2 runs after his first 2 men were retired. And when the Cubs were going well, that's what they were doing a lot of. Picking up those guys. And Kingman is going to get a big ovation from the left field bleachers as he claps out to his position. 2 runs, 2 hits. Nobody left on the bases. At the end of 1 in game 1 of the doubleheader, the Cubs have a 2-0 lead.
I'll handle this, Carol. It's our first new car in this building that's going to come at us like a ton of bricks.
But the sign says we make car buying a pleasure again.
I don't care what the sign says. Hi, can I help you? See, Carol, patronizing.
We're interested in a Cutlass.
I don't blame you. Pressuring us already.
Can we look around for a while? I'm not sure about color or equipment.
Listen, just take your time. If you have any questions or you want some help, I'll be right here. Now he's ignoring us, Carol.
Jack, that salesman is a pleasure to deal with.
Well, he won't be here when we need him.
Our broadcast is authorized under right command of the Chicago National League Ball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers for this event. Brzezinski stepping in, and the Bull takes the first pitch from Mike for a strike. Here's the windup for the right-hander, and he's a little low with that one. Ball 1, strike 1. Broadcast facilities for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the descriptions and accounts of the game is a swing and a miss. 2. Without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Ball Club is prohibited. The Bull with his 18th homer yesterday. He's hit 3 this year against the Cubs. And he looks at the next one just outside. 2-2. Hitting .249 for the year with 50 runs batted in. Second to Foster and best department in the National League. There's the ball, a little low, breaking pitch to him. 3-2. Had 2 hits yesterday, and 3 runs batted in. 3-2 delivery by Kruko. Swung on at a bouncing ball out of Maris to his left on a tough short hop. He's got it. Here's the bank over to Bittner in time. And Barris. He's momentum and is all the way over to the pitcher's mound. Luzinski retired. 3 ground balls by the Phillies so far off Truco. 1 fly ball to Gross in center field. Richie Hebner hitting .266 stepping in. Did not play yesterday. And he's at third base today. Mike Schmidt has been lost to the Phillies, they think, for perhaps a couple of weeks. That injury that he incurred yesterday going into second base. Davey Johnson is nursing the sore back today on his collision with Larry Cox at the plate in a futile attempt to score. First pitch is a strike to Hebner. Open stance for the left-hander. Curve into the dirt. Rader immediately looks up to Jerry Dale. Just give me another ball. The other one bounced about 25 feet to his left. Ball 1, strike 1. Hebner with 5 homers, 25 runs batted in for the year. Like a fastball. Missed a little low. Ball 2, strike 1. He is the only free agent the Philadelphia Phillies have on their roster. 2-0 Cubs. This is high with that one. Ball 3, strike 1. Sun trying to come through. Still very overcast, very humid here. 3-1 pitch. There's his fastball for a strike. Right at the knees. Ball 3, strike 2 on Hebner. Jose Cardinal in the on-deck circle. 2-0 Cubs. Top of the second inning. Nobody on, 1 away. 3-2 pitch. It's too low. So Hebner becomes their first base runner with a walk, and that'll bring up Junior. Drove in 3 runs yesterday. One of the crowd getting on him, directing a few moves. Jimmy Enright announcing his name over the public address system. A few boos and a few cheers. After Luzinski was walked intensely yesterday in the first inning to get to him, that kind of got the adrenaline flowing. Sure it would. Jack Hicks, and there's the strike. Hitting .315 this year with a homer. 17 runs batted in. 7 of those have come against the Cubs. Strike 1 count on Jose Cardinal. Here's the delivery. Swung on a miss. There's the runner going. And it's going to be interference as Cardinal on Cox's throw interfered. And he is going to be automatically out of there, and the runner will have to go back to first base. Jerry Dale did not hesitate an instant in making that call, though.
Well, it was clear, Vince. Jose, when he slipped the ball, threw the bat down the third base line. But his body got in front of Rader, and I'm glad Rader went through with the throw. If a catcher does not go through with the throw, then he is not interfered with. But you can see Jose standing right in front of Rader, and then Rader puts on a pretty good act, falls down. But there's no doubt about it. It was clear-cut interference.
Ozark comes out for a brief word about it, and Cardinal is being kind of let back to the dugout.
As you recall, we had one in a prior game. Radar complained to the umpire.
Yeah.
The umpire's remark was you have to release the ball to make the play.
That time he did. So Bob Boone steps out of the runner at first, two away. Steps into the batter's box. Too early in the day, I guess. Boone hitting .258. 6 homers, 31 runs batted in, and he got the real big blow yesterday in the 8th inning. I'm sure that most of you have heard the stories about that one. Why they pitched to him. He goes after that pitch and fouls it back out of play. And Dave Roberts says it was strictly my fault. He says Herman told me that he thought I should walk Boone and work on Sizemore, but he says Sizemore gives me more trouble. 2 outs, strike 2 pitch. Swung out and missed, strike 3. Got him with a fastball, high and inside. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 man left on. So at the end of 1.5 innings of play in our first game, the Cubs come to bat. They lead the Philadelphia Phillies. Doesn't that sound nice? 2-0.
I need lead-free gas. How do I know which one's a good one?
I always go with the #1 brand. I
I paid a lot of money for this car. I want a great lead-free gasoline for it. I'm a standard dealer. What I tell my customers is that today's new cars run on lead-free fuel, but they don't all run the same way on it. So we standard dealers give you a lead-free choice. Our lead-free Amoco in the blue pump is the Midwest's best-selling lead-free. Ever since the lead-free age began, lead-free Amoco has been preferred by new car buyers. And now, there's a second lead-free Amoco gasoline. Higher octane Amoco premium lead-free in the gold pump. It's designed for cars old and new that need higher octane to run the way they should.
You get a choice at Standard.
I like that Amoco in the blue pump.
Amoco Premium's great. See your independent standard dealer near you and get his lead-free choice. You expect more from a leader.
Stepping in to lead off the second inning. He has been bringing his batting average up steadily, and he is now hitting .235 for the year. It's a long time. He couldn't get it up to 200. We get some showers starting to fall. Umbrellas and rain gear being hustled out now by the customers. He goes after the first pitch thrown and fouls it out of play to the left side. And it's coming down a little bit harder. Steve has hit safely in 7 straight games. Shower beginning to fall. Richardson delivers. Fastball, it's a little low, 1-1. A lot of folks heading to the shelter or the upper deck or down below as they're playing, and a foul ball out of play to the left side. Steve, in his last 10 games, is hitting at a .306 clip. Wind up by the right-hander. This is swinging a bouncing ball near second base, picked up by Boa. The shortstop Stagg retires it, and there's one gone in the second inning. That'll bring up Manny Trio, who was 3 for 3 yesterday. He's hitting .264. When the Philadelphia Phillies last year clinched the Eastern Division Championship, they did it against the Cubs, and Christensen was the winning pitcher. But he wound up winning 15 out of his last 16 decisions last year. That's how strong he came on. First pitch to Trio, and the right-hander fouls it back out of play. Rain is letting up a little bit. It is still showering, however. One out, bases empty, bottom of the second. Let's up on that pitch, a swing, and a hard one. Hopper goes to Boa. Larry has it. Here's the peg. Trio jogging down the line is out easily. 2 gone. That brings up Dave Rader, who's struggling with his batting average, although he came up with that pinch hit grand slam homer this week against the Mets. He's hitting .222 for the year. That was his second home run of this season. He's driven in 23 runs now. First pitch, and it's a strike. Left-handed hitter. Reaches out on that let-up, and he's way out in front, dumps it foul down the right field line, down to the Philadelphia bullpen. 0-2. Richardson can help his own cause with the bat, too. He had 3 homers last year. He's a good basketball player. 0-2 delivery. Fastball. Raiders gets under it, fouls it back up onto the net. And the count is still 0-2 in the Cubs catcher. In the first inning, Mercer, a hard shot for a single, tipped off the shoulder of Sizemore, and Kingman on 1 and 2 drilled his 16th home run of the year. Tremendous wallop that cleared the high fence back of the catwalk in left field easily, way out onto Waveland Avenue. 1-2 pitch, fastball inside. It's 2-2 now. Christensen, 6-4. His first win at the age of 19 for the Phillies. There's a curveball swung out. He is under. Pops it foul. It's back out of play. Ball 2, strike 2. We are scheduled to have a single game tomorrow and another one on Sunday to close out this homestand. the Cubs will be gone for a week prior to the All-Star break. Richardson releases that one very high, and ball 3, strike 2 on Dave. He was out in front of him, 0-2. Now has run the count full. Fruco, the pitcher, due up next. Wind up 3-2 delivery. Fastball away, fouled down the left field line. Luzinski giving chase to no avail. It's into the box seat. Let's pause here for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio, Chicago.
Vince Floyd and Lou Boudreau here with you at Wrigley Field. There's a fastball swung on and a little pop up to the second baseman Sizemore. He's on the outfield grass. Hauls it in easily. And the Cubs in the second inning go down 1-2-3. But at the end of 2 innings of play in our first game here at Wrigley Field, it's still a threat of rain. It's the Chicago Cubs 2, and the Philadelphia Phillies nothing.
Person Bob Adams Service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. There are 70 General Finance Chicago area offices, so call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 3-2020. Also an office in Crystal Lake.
That Sizemore to lead off for the Phillies when they come to bat here in the third inning. Let's hope the rains hold off so we're not going to be jammed up anymore with this schedule. Vince Floyd and Lou Boudreau. Lou, come on in.
Thank you, Vince. Sizemore hitting 179 coming back from that injury that kept him out for a month. He has 2 RBIs. Hitting in the 8th spot, and then Larry Christensen hitting in the 9th spot. But don't take that too lightly. He's hit 1 home run against the Cubs. He has 4 RBIs. Now here's Ted Sizemore stepping in the batter's box. Cubs 2, Philadelphia nothing. Isn't it nice to say that after 2 innings of play? Usually it's the other way around, as the opponents have been jumping out in front of the Cubs. First pitch to Sizemore outside, ball 1. Kruko has been getting the breaking pitch over today in the first 2 innings. There's a fastball popped up. Bittner in foul territory, has room. Drops it. Just in front of the photographer's bench. Just adjacent to the Phillies dugout. 1 out. When you have that breaking pitch and slow curveball for a strike, when you have control with it, it complements that fastball, and the hitters are just a little behind on that fastball. So if Kruko can hold that control with his breaking pitches, he will pitch quite a ball game. There's a let-up curveball, a swing and a miss by Christensen. It's just taking Christensen as another good hitter in that lineup, not as a pitcher hitting. The curveball for a strike call. 2 good breaking pitches thrown by Kruko. 2 strikes on Christensen. The pitch, high slider, ball 1, as he's working very quickly. He has a 2-0 lead. Kruko has. There's a curveball for a strike 3 call. Christensen with his bat on his shoulder takes that curveball for a strike. 2 strikeouts for Kruko now, and here's the top of the order with 2 outs. McBride at bat. Cubs have 2 runs, 2 hits. The big blow, Kingman's 2-run home run in the first inning. And it's starting to drizzle again at Wrigley Field. Philadelphia, no runs, no hits. Here's McBride, grounded out. First time at bat to the second baseman. There's a good fastball, strike 1 call. Kruko getting out in front of these hitters. Cubs play McBride to swing a little late as Gross is over in the left center. Kruko waiting now as McBride's out of the batter's box. Strike 1 pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. Well, we had a chance to talk with Steve Sicard from Markham, Illinois, a great Cubs fan. Hope that he's listening to the ball game. Steve, a good baseball fan. 1-1 pitch, a curveball, a swing, a ground ball, a Bittner. He has it right on his fingertip. Runs over, touches first for the out. So Kruko has retired the Phillies for the first 3 innings with no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base for the Phillies in the third inning. Cubs come to bat. Bottom of the third. Cubs 2, Phillies nothing. In the third inning, the Cubs will send Kruko and then the top of the order. Cubs will be going after the first pitch if it's in the strike zone. As it's starting to rain. Here's a swing on the first pitch. Ground ball to Bo at short. He has it. Long throw to Cardinale in time. Cardinale keeping his foot on the bag as he had to reach high for that throw, but he made the play. Kruko's out for one out. And now Dale's going out taking a look at that baseball as it's starting to rain quite hard. And we're only in the third inning. Cubs leading 2-0. Jesus fouling off the bat. Now stepping up into the batter's box. Jesus mounted out to the pitcher Christensen, his first time at bat. Christensen into the windup. Here's the pitch. Low, ball one. Cubs 2, Phillies nothing. The Jesus takes the next pitch, a strike right down the middle. 1-1, the count. One out, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's getting the rain a little harder now as the Jesus trying to get his footing in that batter's box. Christensen is ready. The pitch. Swing and a pop foul once again out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Engel looking over the situation. They can't let that field get too muddy, and yet they got to protect the game. And hopefully of getting at least 1 in today. Here's the pitch. Lead 2-0 on Kingman's 2-run home run in the first inning after 2 are out. Here's a swing and a tap foul. Down to Amalfitano, coach at third base. So the count remains 2-2. Clouding up around Wrigley Field and raining quite hard. Richardson is ready. 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. The Jesus taking the pitch. He's called out on strike. That is the second strikeout for Christensen. And now here's Gross, who flied out to Lozinski in left field in the first inning. 2 outs here in the third. We have to go 4.5 innings before this is an official game. If the Cubs are leading at that time. If the Cubs are trailing, then they get their last time at bat in the 5th. There's a strike called on Gross. If the game is called by rain. The pitch. Curveball outside, 1-1 to count. 2 outs, third inning. Gross levels that bat over the plate. Mercer due up next. Christensen into the windup. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fastball low, one-handed by Boone, hit the dirt. So Dale will take a look at that baseball. Ball 2, strike 1. Los Angeles will be at Cincinnati in a twilight affair later on this afternoon. San Francisco will be at Atlanta. Here's a swing, a ground ball to Cardinale's right. He throws it one-handed, throws to Christensen covering first, and the Cubs are out in the third inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 3. And now Dale and Engel will have a little conversation. It's Cubs 2, Philadelphia nothing.
You know, the announcer's booth is just about the best spot in the ballpark to watch the game from. But it's also a great spot to watch the fans from, too. Because more and more fans are enjoying the game with an old style in their hands. For taste, Heilmann's Old Style consistently bats 1,000. Boy, it delivers a great light flavor. Glass after glass. One reason for this is water. That's right, water. Virgin Wisconsin spring water that flows sparkling, pure, and fresh from deep beneath the ground. Another reason for Old Style's great taste is in the way it's brewed.
Dale and Engel still having a little conversation as to whether to cover up or not with the field getting quite muddy. And they have decided to cover the field. They're going to take time out to cover the field as it is easing up right now insofar as raining. But it is a continual rain. The crowd is booing. Engel looking around And the Franks is going to talk now with Engel and with Dale. And agreeing with their decision. And now the ground crew will put out the tarp. They're going to cover the entire infield. In the first inning, after 2 are out. Now, Engel says, hold it just a minute. And they're going to see if it's going to continue to rain. Maybe they're just going to cover home plate and pitcher's box. So that is where most of the action is, of course, with the pitcher throwing that ball to the hitter. And they're telling the ground crew to hold up for just a minute, and we'll see what's going to happen. Home plate is now covered. And the decision will have to be made whether to cover the pitching mound or not. Engel is asking the ground crew to cover the mound, and he's going to wait for just a couple of minutes as to whether to cover the entire infield. Now, he's up considerably. Dale, the plate umpire, is not in on that conversation.
Fans don't like it. They wanted to get going.
It's going to be one of these days, off and on, with showers. But I think it's best to take advantage to try to play between showers.
Might as well. What the heck? Fans don't mind getting a little bit of rain fall on them. I'd like to take a moment here, Lou, while these guys are studying the problem, what they want to do. We've had some information from CTA, the Chicago Transit Authority, that I think might be of interest to a lot of our listeners, particularly right in the Chicagoland area. They've got a new system-wide route map published by the CTA, and it's available free of charge with more than 200 locations. They're now getting a big scare for the umpires as they roll up that tarp. But as a particular convenience to sports fans, the map that they have that's free of charge includes the complete home schedule of both the Cubs and the White Sox, and it gives you really fine instructions on how to take rapid transit direct here to Wrigley Field or to Fox Park. In downtown Chicago, these new CTA maps, and they're doggone good ones, are available at the Chicago Public Library Cultural Center, at the information booth of the Chicago Council on Fine Arts, in the Richard J. Daley Center, and at the Mayor's Office of Inquiry and Information in the City Hall, and also at the information desk of the State of Illinois building downtown at 160 North LaSalle. These maps describe each of the CPA's 134 bus routes and the 6 rapid transit routes, including the times of service. And it also shows, for those of you out in the suburbs, the connecting RTA, suburban bus, and commuter rail service. So for all of you sports fans who are listening, you got to pick one up. You'll find it's a very convenient, easy way to get to Wrigley Field or to Fox Park, for that matter. Of course, the L subway stops right here at Wrigley Field, right on Addison Street at the main gate, and both the north and south buses stop whenever there's a baseball game out here. That's just tomorrow or Sunday. It's just very, very easy to get to, and you don't have to worry about parking. And there are many, many buses that lead you here, right at the main gate at Clark and Addison. So we hope you'll take advantage of it. But those maps we're telling you about are something new. I think you'll find them very, very helpful, not only just for baseball games, but for other things that are going on in the entire area. Bogren's got pretty good ground crew, hasn't he, Lou?
Yes, he has. They're one of the best.
Yeah.
They hustle and they get their job done very quickly.
Dumping stacks of sand out around home plate. Gives every indication that it's going to clear off eventually. And then this time of year, I don't think there's any weather forecaster who can really call it right on the button. wind conditions and air currents just fluctuate so much. You think it's going to wind up being clear for a couple of days or so, and then all of a sudden, one blows in. David, how are you? I think we could talk about this. Whenever there's a possibility of a no-hitter in a ball game, up in the press box, there is always a pool. He wasn't putting the press on a little bit a couple of days ago when he avowed that very determinedly that he was never, ever going to be swinging for a home run again. That he would try to go to right field with everything.
Well, sometimes you make statements in the spur of the moment, and after thinking about it, you change, or perhaps he said for the next few games he's going to do it, go to right field all the time. One never knows the interpretation of a statement such as that.
Yeah. And I was surprised at the very harsh remarks quoted, attributed to Bob Boone after yesterday's ball game in which he was pitched to by Dave Roberts. And some of the remarks attributed to Boone, in which he was very, very critical of Herman Franks on that one.
Well, there's been many statements made by ball players that are critical of the opposition or the opponent's managers that were never said in my time. Perhaps you said them to your teammates or to yourself or to other ball players, but not to the press, to be quoted publicly. Because who knows? Next year, Boone may be with Herman Franks in his ball club. You never know.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Herman Franks may be with Philadelphia, with Boone as the catcher.
Anything is possible. It just didn't seem to me, what I know of Bob Boone, and of course you played with his happy years ago, Tony, it didn't seem to me to be in character with him.
Absolutely not. I don't know whether he made that statement not thinking that it would be printed. And yet he could have made that statement to somebody else with the ears of a reporter nearby.
Yeah.
So you never know the quote in a newspaper. You just have to wait till the next newspaper comes out as to whether he apologizes or did not say it in that term of words.
And I can see if Herman told Dave, he says, I don't care how you feel about it. You put this guy on and you pitch the next one and Sizemore gets the base hit. And Roberts is never going to forgive Herman for it.
Well, I've been talked out of that many a times, and that isn't the last time Herman will be talked out of it.
Yeah.
Nor was it the first time. It's just one of those things that the pitcher has the baseball. He feels that he has more confidence against a particular hitter. Bo at bat attempts to bunt the first pitch and misses it, strike one, and we're underway. This is the top of the fourth inning with the Cubs leading 2-0. Boa grounded out. First time at bat. Curveball swing and a miss, and that curveball broke sharply down low outside. Mike Kukoc way out in front now, Boa. The pitch on its way. Fastball low. He wouldn't go after the fastball, but he chased the curveball on the pitch prior to that. So the count now goes to 1-2. The pitch. Curveball, swing, and a base hit into center field. There was a 13-minute delay of rain. Now Boa opens up the fourth inning, signaling to center field. Now here's Maddox at bat. Slide out to Gross in center field, first time at bat. That, incidentally, was the first hit off Kukoc. So the first Boa is back safely, and this ball club will run. Kukoc taking his time on the mound now. This is the first time that he's had a fellow like Boa on first with a chance to steal a base. Hebner was on, but I wouldn't consider Hebner as good a base stealer as Boa. Maddox, right-handed hitter, spread stance at the plate. First pitch is a fastball, One hopper to Ontiveros. He goes to trio for one. The flip. The pitcher not in time. That's the speed of Maddox. Let me tell you, that was a one hopper right to Ontiveros. Ontiveros threw to Trio, and I thought the throw was very on target. And Trio just flipped that ball to Victor, but I see there's a little, as we're looking at the replay here, there's a little rainbow to that ball. He didn't fall. He didn't really fire that ball to first, and now Maddox is on first. Curve ball to Lazinski outside, ball one. Maddox with a lead at first. The pitch. Low, ball two. Lazinski represents the tying run. Boy, that double play would have eliminated the tying run to the plate at this particular time. Ball two, no strikes to Lazinski. And he's a triple shooter. He's set for that 2-0, 3-0, and 3-1. Let's see how Krukow handles it. Maddox with a lead at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball is swinging a high fly ball. Center field, hit deep. Gross out near the warning track. He has room. He's there and takes it for the out. Lazinski just misses. Got under that ball, and thank goodness there's not much help with that wind, because that was a skyscraper, but Gross going back right near the track, hits it out of the air for the out. 2 outs, and here's Hebner at bat. Hebner walked on a 3-2 pitch in the second inning. We are now in the fourth. Cubs 2, Phillies nothing. Hebner holding the runner close to first. The stretch. Throw to first. Maddox is back. Maddox has 20 stolen bases. He leads the Phillies in that stat. The pitch, outside fastball, ball one. And Krukow now with a man on first, the person of Maddox, sort of quick pitching to the plate to give his catcher a chance to throw off the man a second. Curveball, tap, foul. Beyond first base, and Bittner crosses over into the foul territory to glove it. The count now 1-1. This is what changes pitchers with men on base. They change their relaxed motion to the plate in trying to hurry their pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Maddox may be off with this pitch. Krukow throws to first, and Maddox is back safely. Now we're set once again. The stretch. He holds. Here's the pitch. Outside fastball, ball 2, strike 1. 2-1 to count on Hebner. Krukow looks over his left shoulder at Maddox, leading off first base. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to Krukow. He has it. Tosses it to Bittner for the out. Maddox is off towards second on that pitch. But in the fourth inning, no runs, 1 hit. 1 man left on base. Cubs come to bat. And before they come to bat, let's pause for this station's identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
We're moving to the bottom of the fourth inning with the Cubs leading 2-0.
Mom always says, well, when you're coming out for a visit, can you come home this time?
If my grandmother could see those kids, and they just found out McDonald's is giving away family reunion.
Oh, I'd love to see your brother and Catherine.
And my grandchildren. It'd be great if they would come in. Now through July 16th, each and every participating McDonald's, with the help of United Airlines, is giving away a family reunion. What about that aunt of yours from Peoria?
She's got a 75th birthday coming up.
You have a new chance every day to win, to have United Airlines arrange to fly your loved ones home to you. I'd love to see them come in. If you're 18 years or older, you can register as often as you like. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is just sign up, right? Get complete details at your participating McDonald's.
We haven't seen each other for so long. That was the screenshot.
I got 7 brothers and sisters. I'd get a chance to go visit them, but it would be really something if I could bring them all out
party here.
Stop by today. Win a family reunion. We do it all for you.
In the fourth inning, it'll be Bobby Mercer, Kingman, and Bittner coming up in the fourth inning. It was Mercer who singled after 2 outs in the first inning and scored ahead of Kingman when he hit his 16th home run of the season. Now here's the batter's box. Larry Christensen on the mound, and here's the first pitch. Mercer takes inside, ball one. Quite overcast once again at Wrigley Field. Christensen gets his sign from Boone, and here's the pitch. And Mercer swings, pops it up, right up the shaft, behind the plate. Boone is there, he has room, moving towards the stands now, and he takes it for the out. Mercer popping out to Boone, and now here's Kingman at bat. And as he steps in the batter's box, he gets a fine round of applause from the fans. Kingman steps in the batter's box. Boa moves over to his deep shortstop position. Sizemore still on the first base side at second base. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses on the first pitch, strike one. Kingman is not spread out as far as he was yesterday or the day before when he was trying to go to right field. Here's the pitch by Christensen. He swings and hits a foul ball down the right field line. Late on that fastball. So now the count is 0-2. One out, nobody on base. Cubs 2, Phillies nothing. Big win right here for the Cubs if they can win this first game. Swinging a ground ball to third baseman. Hebner has it. Tossed it to Cardinale, and Kingman is out. 2 outs as Kingman grounds out to Hebner at third. Now here's Bittner, who struck out in the first inning. To complete the rest of that National League schedule, I told you about Twilight Night doubleheaders, Los Angeles, Cincinnati, and San Francisco, Atlanta. St. Louis will be at Montreal tonight, San Diego at Houston, New York, and Pittsburgh. First pitch to Bittner, swinging a ground ball to Boa, he has it, straightens up, throws to Cardinale, 3 out. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base in the fourth inning for the Cubs. So we move to the 5th inning of play with the Cubs leading 2-0.
Oldsmobile dealer today. Well, let's hope we've had all the rain we're going to get for the afternoon. Vince Lloyd back with you here at Wrigley Field, and Jose Cardinale, who interfered at the plate of the second inning when Hebner was on base. Hebner was going. Cardinale swung and missed, and then wound up blocking Rader completely. He had his back to the catcher, and he was completely covering the plate till he was out of there. He credit that foot out to Rader, and the runner had to go back to first base. was only a mild piece put up by the Phillies on that call. It was a pretty obvious one. First pitch to Junior, and he takes it low for ball one. Krukow winds. Fastball in for a strike right at the knees. Mike looking very determined out there today. Loud one hit so far. There's a swing and a bouncing ball to the Jesus at shortstop. Cardinal's going to be out by 5 steps. Instead of going after that good sinker. Bob Boone struck out, retiring the side in the second inning. Got him with a good fastball up and in on him. Right-hander stepping in. Now 1 for 6 here in the series. Cubs on Dave Kingman's tremendous home run in the first inning with 2 outs, 1 man on, giving the Cubs a 2-0 lead. Boone goes after the first pitch and pops it foul. Back out of play. That for Kingman, by the way, his 16th home run this year. 10 of them here at Wrigley Field. There's a swing on a fastball, and he pops it up to Olivares. Jammed him beautifully with that one. Hit him right on the fist with a good fastball. That'll bring up the light-hitting Chet Sizemore, who popped up to Dave Rader when he led off the third inning. Dave now with 194 career home runs. Only four, there's his first pitch of the strike. Of Dave's 16 homers so far this year have come with the bases empty. The fastball is too high. Ball 1, strike 1. Krukow working quickly, delivers. There's a bunt attempt on the third base side. It's going to be tough. Krukow picks it up, throws, and he's got it. What a play. That ball was about 6 feet inside the third baseline. Kingman on that wet grass slipped and fell, and while he was still down on his haunches, he threw beautifully to Bittner. And Sizemore is out on what appeared to be a bunt single when it fell dead on that wet grass on the third base side. And Bittner making a very, very fine backhanded grab of it to retire Sizemore and the Phillies in order in the 5th inning. Good defense. 3 up, 3 down. The Cubs come to bat in the bottom of the 5th of our first game, still leading 2-0.
The water pump connected to the engine block. The engine block connected to the crankshaft. The crankshaft connected to the transmission. It pays to have no work.
Keeping your car in good mechanical repair can be expensive unless you've got The Works. The Works is low-cost insurance on the major working parts of your new car, available only at GM dealers. The Works covers the expense of unforeseen mechanical repairs on specified parts, including labor. Choose from 2 plans, 3 years at 36,000 miles.
Works at Coneser, Cadillac, Hammond. Steve Olivares led off the second inning, grounding out to the shortstop, Larry Boa. And the Cubs third baseman is going to lead off here in the 5th inning. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. A 2-out single by Bobby Mercer in the first inning, followed by Dave Kingman's 16th home run of the year, and that's the last man that Christensen is allowed to reach. Steve swings and he hits a high pop-up down the third base side. It's going to be grabbed by Boa. Shortstop getting over there in a hurry. 1 away. That'll bring up Manny Trio, grounded out to Boa also in that second inning. Manny stepped into the batter's box. We want to remind you that you can vote, but you don't have much time left. This is the last day of June. You have 2 more days to vote for the All-Star team. You pick up your ballot here at Wrigley Field tomorrow or Sunday. The Cubs conclude this homestand. First pitch, Manny's going to take the strike. There are 5 Cubs on that ballot. Trio, Olivares, Bobby Mercer, Dave Kingman, Ivan De Jesus. And, of course, you can write in the names of your other favorite players in the bottom section. Fastball up to him, and he fouls it back out of play. He's still limping a little bit, nursing that knee that he strained at Philadelphia last weekend. Deadline for voting, July the 2nd, Sunday. The All-Star game, of course, scheduled for July 11th at San Diego this year. Anderson, tall right-hander, gets his sign. Here's the windup of the pitch. Swung on a fastball, but it's sinking down around the knees. He fouls it back out of play. Probably would have had a sellout crowd here today. The weatherman had cooperated. Still a good house. And there are still folks coming in. Wind up in the 0-2 delivery. Throws that one into the dirt. Breaking ball. Tried to get too much on it. Still the major league leader in runs batted in starting this weekend action. Jim Rice of the Boston Red Sox. 1-2 pitch. Goes to right field and he dumps one in front of Bates McBride. That's what Trio does the best. Go with that pitch away. He's now 4 for 5 in this series. That's the first hit since Kingman's first inning homer. Brings up Dave Rader, who popped up to Sizemore to retire the Cubs in the second inning. Rice with 23 homers, 68 runs batted in, and he is second in the American League in hitting with a mark of .327. If you're a baseball fan, I don't have to tell you who he is second to. The swing on a fastball, Rader gets under it, fouls it back out of play. Strike one count on the left-handed hitting catcher. Just asked him Alfacano to repeat the sign to him, and he does. Double to bat. Trio fairly short lead at first. This is detecting, delivers, there's a swing, and a foul ball out of play down the third base side. Another fastball. 0-2. At Philadelphia this year, Christensen has won 5 and lost only 1. All 5 of his victories at home. He's lost 5 on the road. There's a swing on the let-up and a tap over to the left side. Hebner, a try for the ball, and it went right through his hand as he was cutting towards the mound, and he is charged with an error. That's error number 5-8 against the Phillies this year. So Krukow stepped in with 1 away, and Cub runners at first and second. Mike grounded out in the third inning. See what he's going to do. They anticipate a sacrifice. He takes the pitch as high toward the second. Look out. He's back in safely. It's a very dangerous situation for the runner at second base, and a sacrifice situation, especially when the batter puts that bat out there at the plate, because he's got to be ready to go to third. And if he pulls it back or he misses the bunt attempt, you've got a strong-arm catcher like Boone who isn't afraid to rifle that throw into second base. Quite often that guy can be a dead duck. He made a hit first dive back in safely. Ball 1 pitch on its way, and he swings on this one, fouls it back out of play. They may switch now and have him sacrifice again. Mike, 26 years of age. Big kid, 6'4", 195. Christensen ready with a 1-1 delivery. He's going to bunt, pulls the bat back, and there's the ball. And Trio that time alert. No throw made by Boone. Cardinale was rushing up the line from first base, anticipating the bunt. They would like to get the force on Trio at third. Now to 2-1. Let's see if he's still going to bunt. Yep. Here's the pitch. Bunts it out towards the mound. Christensen has it. Wheels, throws to third. He's safe. He did not make the play quickly. Cardinale hollered to him to go to third. They gambled and they lost. Trio getting a good jump that time. Went sliding in. A very fine bunt by Krukow. Got a great jump, and it wasn't even close. Bases are loaded for Ivan de Jesus with 1 away. An error by the Phillies, physically, and a misjudgment here. Krukow not charged with a time at bat. He's on with a sacrifice. And the fielder's choice. Trio at third, Rader at second, 2-0 Cubs. Ivan de Jesus with a base hit here could increase the lead, and the sun is shining. Christensen now will work from the windup. First pitch. Swung on a fastball. He pops it up. Going out of size 4. Coming in is McBride. They have a bit of a collision, but the infield fly rule is called by first base umpire Big John McSherry. Sizemore made the catch on the ball. Good fastball by Christensen. He had a lot on it. That's the kind of a pitch that a batter can hardly lay off of. Because it's up high, he can see it well, and he's trying to get it into the outfield where it leads to sacrifice fly. Now with 2 gone, Greg Gross steps in. Still 2-0 Cubs, batting in the bottom of the 5th inning of the first game. Christensen winds. Here's the pitch. Greg takes the fastball down too low. Ball 1. Base is jammed. Christensen winds. Here it is. Takes a strike over the outside corner. He thought it was going to be too far away. Luzinski just inside the left field line for Gross. And Maddox well over into left center. Here's the pitch. Comes over the top, and he throws it very low. Ball 2, strike 1. Trying to hit him, get him to hit one on the ground, right at somebody. Trio, Rader, and Kruko on the bases. 2-1 pitch swung out, fly ball. Luzinski coming over quickly to his left. He gets there, and he makes the catch on the dead run. So 3 men are left stranded here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left, and at the end of 5, the Phillies come to bat in this first game. Christensen is due to lead off. It is still the Cubs 2, the Phillies nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hello, Bob. Dick Snyder.
Hi, Dick.
Vacation time is here again, Bob.
So, another vacation loan. Where are you and the wife going this year, Dick?
Well, Bob, as you know, we don't care much for do-nothing vacations.
Right, which is why you spent last summer
dredging irrigation ditches in Guatemala.
Right.
And this year, Bob, our vacation has taken us to exotic Papua.
for a little surfing sunshine.
Oh, we're filling sandbags. Lake Papua has to be dammed up again.
Dick, wouldn't your wife enjoy a cruise ship for a change?
Oh, next year, Bob, the SS Wendell.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're going to raise it from the icy depths of the Galumba Sea.
I'll get started on your vacation loan.
Thanks, Bob.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance is a plan to fit your needs.
It makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has a professional experience and a particular plan for your particular need. There are 70 General Finance Chicago area offices. Call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 32020. They also have an office in Elgin. Christensen due to lead off. He has not yet come out of their dugout over in the first base side. Kruko, earlier this year, got into a half a dozen games for the Cubs, all in relief. Pitched one time against the Phillies at Philadelphia. He worked 2 2/3 innings with 2 hits and a run. And the first guy he faced in relief over there at Veterans Stadium was Mike Schmidt, who hit a 3-run homer off of him when he came out of relief. Somebody's going to say, but you said he only gave up 1 run. Well, he was charged only with the man that he faced. Remember, he relieved that night at Philadelphia, was charged with the runs because those 2 men were on when Mike came on. Settled down after that. The longest he had pitched before the Cubs sent him to Wichita on May the 12th was 3 1/3 innings down at Atlanta. He did well, gave up 5 hits but no runs. But the Cubs were shut out by Phil Negro. Richardson, a good hitter, swings at the first pitch, drives it out to center field, and Gross is there. Makes the catch, playing him almost perfectly. Liner straight away, 1 gone. Dan Bake McBride will be the hitter. They're doing a little barbecuing across the street up on the rooftop of one of the apartment buildings. Getting ready for the 4th of July weekend. Looks like the old style is cool over there, too. Got a good view as they look over the bleachers in right field, right down onto Wrigley Field. Right 0 for 2 so far. Swings, and there's a high pop-up that Ivan De Jesus breezes over, gets underneath it. That's the baby. 2 gone. Caught it about 7 feet inside the third baseline. Base is empty. Here's Larry Boa. He got their first hit of the day. He singled into center field. Rich King, I understand, had drawn number 2 in the press pool. So he won the pool for the first hit. Boa takes the first pitch of strike. Did a lot of work on the Nautilus machine after the 75 season to build up his strength, and it's really paid off for him. There's a swing and a one-hopper right back to Kruko. Hey, there's a real easy hit. Take about 3 more like that, huh? Big Mike has himself a shutout, and he has allowed only 1 hit so far. Bullpen getting rested so far. Let's hope it continues that way. The Cubs come to bat. It'll be Mercer, Kingman, and Larry Bittner to face Christensen. It is still the Cubs 2, the Phillies nothing.
We haven't seen each other for so long. That was fantastic.
She just found out. McDonald's is giving away family reunions.
Mom always says, when are you coming out for a visit?
Now through July 16th, every participating McDonald's, with the help of United Airlines, is giving away a family reunion. You have a new chance every day to win, to have your loved ones flown home to you.
If my grandmother could see those kids.
Get complete details at your participating McDonald's.
At McDonald's.
Win a family reunion.
Once more, the sun starts to shine brightly. That's symbolic. The Cubs are coming to bat. Bobby Mercer ripped a hard one-hopper that handcuffed Sizemore. He reached on a single after the first 2 men had been retired in the first inning. And then Dave Kingman walloped his 16th home run of the year. And that's the scoring story as the Cubs come to bat now in the 6th. Bobby 1 for 2, fouled out to the catcher. Last time at that. Looks at Christensen's first delivery. Hit the ball a little high. White Sox, we're sorry to say, lost the lead last night in the ballgame to Seattle. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down low, fouled back sharply. 1-1. Seattle a winner over the Sox last night, 9-7, so they split that 4-game series. The Sox now will be at Minnesota tonight. Christensen getting that sign for quite a while. Now the big right-hander is ready. Winds, 1-1 pitch. Curve into the dirt. Right at his feet. Ball 2, strike 1. Baltimore, after winning 19 out of 21 ball games, has now lost 8 in a row. Boston nipped them last night 4-3. Wind up 2-1 delivery. Fastball swung out. A hard shot. Gets by Sizemore into right field. Mercer's second hit of the day. A single to the first base side of Sizemore. It's sharply off the infield dirt, and here comes Kingman. Can we get a repeat of the first inning? Why not? They gave the big guy a standing ovation when he walloped that bell ringer in the first inning. And when he went out to take his position in left field to the start of the second, the bleacher fans out there greeted him with a big cheer and another standing ovation. Last time at bat, in the 4th inning, Dave grounded out hard to Hebner at third. They're not over-shifting in the outfield, with the exception of Maddox. He's way over in the left center field. They're going to get somebody throwing in the bullpen now. Raleigh Eastwick, the right-hander, gets up. Christensen into the stretch. The pitch to Dave. Swung late on a fastball up in his eye. And he looked like he was trying to go to right field with that swing. And seeing that, McBride moves a few steps over nearer the line in right field. Big gap between McBride and Maddox. A big gap. Mercer's short lead against Christensen. 0-1 delivery. Fastball high, and the big guy lays off of it this time to level the count at 1-1. He steps out of the batter's box for a moment. Of his 16 home runs, he has hit 10 against right-handers. And only 4 with the bases empty. 1-1 delivery. Takes it very high. Another fastball. Ball 2, strike 1. Finally steps back out of the batter's box a moment. Nobody out. Runner at first. Cubs leading 2-0. Batting in the bottom of the 6th inning of our first game. Brent Floyd here with you at Wrigley Field. Jack Minovich, our producer. Let's see if he can add to the Cub lead. Christensen delivers. Dave swings and he misses. He was upset with himself. He did not have a typical Kingman swing that time. I'd have pitched in on him at the belt. Again, he looked like he was trying to go to right field. He steps out, looking rather puzzled. Reaches down, grabs a little bit of sand that's been sprinkled around in the batter's spot. Matter of fact, it's been done pretty liberally there. Christensen poised on the hill, getting a sign. Now he's into the stretch. 2-2 delivery. Swung on, he handcuffed him with it, but he got a piece of it and fouled it back up out of play. 2-2 delivery. Swung on, a high foul. It's going to be out of play over on the first base side. And Christensen skipped that one up to him, and it was rising just as Dave went after it. He'll read all about his staff. The Giants, the Mets. The teams to the American League last year in the new roster book. 2-2 delivery. Again, he takes a swing and fouls it back out of play, and almost instantly, he had reset himself in the batter's spot. Now, he shuffles around a little bit. It is still 2-2 on him. That roster book, of course, tells you all about all of the Cubs. The coaching staff, their skipper, Herman Frank. One of many souvenirs you can get from the Cubs. Christensen ready. 2-2 pitch. Dave swings. Ground ball to Hefner. Could be 2. Over to Sizemore, the relay, they get the double play. Number 7-0 for the season for the Phillies. Right around the horn, Hefner to Sizemore to Cardinal. So the bases are empty. No heroics this time for King Kong. Larry Bittner stepping in has fanned and grounded out today. Some of the many souvenirs you can get. Team pictures, their roster book, a whole lot more. Bittner swings and a ground ball going out to Sizemore. He's going to be out easily. That retires the side. Lead-off single, but a double play nullified it. Nobody left on it at the end of 6 full innings of play in our first game at Wrigley Field. It's going to be Maddox, Brzezinski, and Hefner coming to bat against Mike Krukow. It is still the Cubs 2 and the Phillies nothing.
Water from God's country. Sparkling, pure spring water. Gottlieb Heilemann spent years looking for water like this. He found it in La Crosse, Wisconsin in 1853. Heilemann still uses this water today to pure brew, double brew a great light beer called Old Style in a traditional old world way called krausening. Krausening is the most natural way to brew beer and the most expensive. But at Old Style, we don't aim to make the most beer, only the best. That's why we use krausening and sparkling pure Wisconsin spring water. Taste the difference they make. Try Old Style, pure brewed in God's country. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Before Gary Maddox stepped in to lead off the inning here for the Phillies, 7th, would take a moment for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago. We're coming up to 1:30.
Maddox hit a ground ball to Oliveras in the 4th inning after Boa had led off with a single. Looked like it's going to be a twin killing for the Cubs. Manny did not get enough on his throw to first base as the relay man. And so Maddox reached in the fielder's choice. The right-hander is 0 for 2 today. Kruko's first pitch lets up on it. A swing and a high pop-up. Days is shading his eyes on the outfield grandstand. He stays with it and makes the two-handed catch. Sun getting brighter. On the way, Luzinski stepping in. He hit the hardest shot of the day by any of the Phillies. He sent Gross very deep and straightaway center field in the fourth inning to haul in his drive. And he grounded out his first time at bat. Good to see him step up with the bases empty in a 2-0 ball game. Kruko's first pitch. Bro takes a strike. A good fastball just above the knees, away from him. Strike is struck out 2 men. Walk 1. Here's the delivery. Curve, and it is low and outside. Ball 1, strike 1. This is the kind of form that he displayed with the Cubs in spring training a year ago. But he showed it only rarely during the 1977 season. And, of course, did not have it in his first half dozen relief appearances, was sent down to Wichita. 1-1 delivery. Swung out, bouncing ball over the mound, could be touched. Jesus comes in, close and throws. He is safe at first base. Even though Luzinski does not have great speed, Ivan, having to play deep for him at shortstop, had to make a long, long run in. But the only way that could have got him would be if Kruko had been able to glove it as he backed up off the hill. Reached as hard as he could. Still couldn't quite get to it. And Luzinski's going to be on.
Jesus made a one-handed, glove-handed play of the ball. His only shot would have been like a third baseman. Make it barehanded because he had to take 3 or 4 steps to get the ball out of the glove and then transfer it to the throwing arm. A tough play. There's no doubt about it.
It's a hit. And here comes Hebner. Left-hander takes, and that's a strike away from him, just above the knees. He has received the only walk that Kruko has issued. We've got really bright sunshine out now. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Misses inside. Ball 1, strike 1. Ritchie ended the fourth inning, tapping out to Kruko. 1-1 delivery. Big swing and a miss. Flips the bat up in the air. Breaking ball down to him. Ball 1, strike 2. Mike last year won 8, lost 14. Here at Wrigley Field, he was 5-7 years ago. 1-2 pitch. Swung out, he gets under it, fouls it back out of play. Ball 1, strike 2. The only complete game he had last year was a shutout against Montreal, a 4-hitter. He has allowed only 2 hits so far today. We're in the 7th. 1-2 delivery. Curve outside. Ball 2, strike 2. Hebner, one of the more colorful players in the game. After just about every pitch, he'll do something, get out, kick the dirt. Something to show his uniform, flip the bat up. 1 out, 1 on, 2-2 pitch. 1 out, and it's strike 3. Again, he flips the bat up, end over end. That's the 3rd strikeout today by Kruko. Still perched at first base is Luzinski, and here is Jose Cardinal. Out for interference, his first time at bat, and grounded out when he led off the 5th inning. So the little guy's 0 for 2 today. Kruko into the stretch. Here's the pitch. A little bit low and away. Ball 1. Mike first came up briefly with the Cubs in the 76 season. Pitched in a couple of games in relief. The tail end of the season. Now he's ready. Here's the delivery. Fastball is high and tight to Jose. Ball 2. Now he has to work from behind, and he moves off mound onto the grass. Glove tucked under the arm, climbs back up the hill. He has to be careful because he does not have a big lead to play with. Kingman, a 2-run homer in the first inning. That's it for the day at Wrigley Field so far. 2 gone, runner on at first, and a 2-0 pitch coming up to Junior Cardinal. Kruko delivers. He takes a perfect strike. Fastball. Ball 2, strike 1. Delivery on its way. Big swing and a tap foul. Gets back over near the Cubs on deck circle. That levels the count on Jose. It's 2-2. With 2 gone. Phillies have won 3 straight away from Philadelphia. For the first time this year they've done it. Woznicki goes. The pitch is high. Here's the fake to Aces. He's out. Big fella. I think that's the first time this year he's been out trying to steal. Yes, it is. He had 6 successful ones.
He helped the Cubs out then.
Sure did.
Takes away that tying run at the plate.
He has been successful with it up until now. Rader shooting him down. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on the bases. That pitch was high, by the way. All right, time for the first 7-inning stretch of the afternoon at Wrigley Field. Steve Olivares is the leadoff, and the score is still the Cubs 2, the Phillies nothing.
What is it?
The hash brown pie, hash brown.
Some people don't know McDonald's hash brown when they see it.
Your breakfast, Major.
Egg scrambled fresh?
Fresh scrambled eggs.
Sausage, pork,
Pure pork sausage.
muffin English,
Toasted English muffin.
and a funny-looking crispy thing.
Hash brown.
Perfect.
You check, Major.
A major breakfast.
But even though a McDonald's hash brown may look a little funny, it certainly tastes good.
How did you do that? You what, ma'am? Stick all my little hash browns into one cute little patty. Oh, well, it'll take hours and hours.
A unique, funny-looking shake you can eat with your fingers.
Larry, don't eat with your fingers. But the man with the deep voice, he said I could.
They are funny looking.
But they're delicious.
Well, I didn't ask delicious. I figured they were delicious. This is McDonald's, but I'll have some. I'll have some.
Get ready to smile.
McDonald's hash brown, crisp and golden on the outside, tender on the inside.
Just like a world-famous fry.
But still funny looking.
Just only at breakfast.
Not a capacity house, but there are still people who are coming into this ballpark. And with the sun shining, maybe a few more if you decided, hey, let's go. This is still only the first game. Steve Olivares stepping in against Christensen. First pitch, he takes the strike, a fastball. Grounded out and popped up to the shortstop, both times. Wind up the delivery, swung on, fouled, and back out of play. Talking earlier today during the rain delay about the new CPA map. Will help get you out here at Wrigley Field or Sox Park for that matter. Ball 2, strike 1. That one's low, and there's a big group out here today from the Chicago Area Transportation Study. There's a swing and a high foul back out of play. Bob Boone started to give chase to it. Bill Bonnet leading that group. They're taking advantage of the group sales here at Wrigley Field, headed up by old number 14, Ernie Banks. To find out about it for groups of 20 or more, just call EB7-1919. So all there is to it. If you live out of town, call area code 312-COLLECT. This is it. Swung on and a base hit for Steve. The good pitch to him by Christensen. Fastball in on it, and he was quick with that bat and handled it. He now has hit safely in 8 straight games. Let's see if the Cubs can get him in with a few more as insurance runs here. Manny Trio singled in the 5th inning. That was the first hit. Trio in the 5th. The first hit since Kingman's 2-run homer in the 1st. He's 1 for 2 today. From the stretch, Christensen delivers. Manny looks at a ball outside of the knees. Ball 1. The left-hander starting today. Olivares hitting .273. Here's the strike, the pitch. Trio takes, there's the strike. Not too pleased with that call. Jerry Dale working behind the plate. Down to 1-1. Go to first. 1-1 delivery. Trio swings, a little pop-up back at second base, going outside for. He makes the catch one-handed and winds up in the seat of his pants in the grass, but he held on to the ball. Olivares back at first base. Here's Dave Rader. I just made the announcement here on the press box intercom that Mike Schmidt was re-examined today by the Cubs team physician, Jacob Stuker. Dr. Stuker diagnosed it as a minor strain of the right hamstring muscle. Schmidt is going back to Philadelphia. The Phillies say now they expect him to miss perhaps a week of action. Raiders swing. Fastball is fouled out of play. That means that he won't get to see much more action prior to the All-Star break. Cubs, after Sunday, go down to St. Louis for 3 with the Cardinals, then finish up at New York against the Mets. There's a strike call. 0-2. That was over the outside corner. Oh, it'll be good to get that guy in. Lead-off single by Steve Olivares is one away. Trio unable to advance him. And Christensen out in front here of Rader. 0-2. Swung on and a fly ball to Lazinski in left field. Moves quickly to his left. Big guy reaches up, hauls it in one-handed. And there are 2 gone. That brings up Kruko. He's getting quite a hand. Had 1 shutout last year, a complete game victory against Montreal. So far today, he has pitched superbly. He has allowed the Phillies only 2 hits. And he comes to that in the 7th inning with a 2-0 lead. Glass hold up in his swing. Fastball was up high. They're going to ask for the appeal. John LeCherry, first base umpire, says he checked in time. Ball 1. Christensen ready. Delivers. There's a swing and a bouncing ball left side. Bower has it. He goes to second base to Sizemore, and the 4th on Olivares retires the Cubs in the 7th inning. To a leadoff single, but he goes nowhere after that. 1 man left on. At the end of 7 in our first game at Wrigley Field, Kruko will be facing Cardinal, Boone, and Sizemore. It's still the Cubs 2, Phillies 0.
It's unfortunate, but true, that most people find buying a car an unpleasant experience. They feel pressured, spoken down to, and generally unfulfilled. Your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealers don't claim to be perfect, but every day we're trying harder to make buying an Oldsmobile as pleasurable as owning one. It's an attitude of warmth, a confidence in our product. It's a team of professionals who know that courtesy and respect for the customer is the best way to sell a car. Come into an Oldsmobile showroom and find out how we can make car buying a pleasure for you.
Cardinal is going to be leading off for interference. Grounded out. He was at bat in the 7th inning on a 2-2 pitch. The fastball high. Lazinski attempted his 7th stolen base of the year, and the big guy was shot down handily. Rader to DeJesus. So Jose will lead off here. Bruce Sutter is just now going to start throwing in the Cub bullpen. Very determined. Mike Kruko has handcuffed the Phillies so far. Mike Schmidt going back to Philadelphia, and he'll be gone for about a week. Pulled the hamstring yesterday after getting a single in the 1st inning and going into second base on it. Davey Johnson, who replaced him, is nursing a sore back today. Wind up in the 1st pitch. Cardinal swings and a little fly ball. Kingman coming on. Can he get there? Yeah! Boy. And he winds up in shallow left center field. He may have hurt himself as he ran just as hard as he could. He is not the most graceful runner in the world, but he kept that ball in his glove. His momentum carried him up. Into very shallow left center field, and Tony Garoppolo out there in a hurry to see how he might have hurt himself, how serious it might be. Ball was dropping rather quickly. Dave reached out at the last moment, still on the dead run, got it in the glove, and then just could not get himself righted. He could not keep his legs out from under him, and finally wound up sprawled in the grass out there.
That's another hamstring. He approached him.
Yeah, he grabbed his right hamstring even before he hit the grass out there.
Oh, that's too bad.
He is upstanding. Herman talking with him. Tony Garofalo, the trainer, talking with him. You can see his right hand on our television monitor here. See his right hand go to his right side even before he hit the grass out there. And he is limping very badly. He's going to have to be replaced. He has accounted for the only runs here at Wrigley Field this year with a tremendous home run over the left field wall out on the Waveland Avenue. Made a very, very long run for the ball. When you try to give it that little extra, you push. That's what can happen.
Well, and in the wet grass,
Yeah.
with your weight, you'll slip just an inch
Yeah.
or two with those cleats.
Footing is not solid.
Well, that's too bad.
And Kingman and trainer Garofalo disappearing into the Cubs clubhouse, which is located under the left field box seat. Gene Klein is coming into play left field. Bill Buckner out with a severe groin muscle injury, then responding to the rest prescribed for him and the treatment. Feeling much, much better, but he has been put on the 15-day disable list last weekend at Philadelphia, so he's not going to be available for another week. Bob Balloon stepping in. Kruko's first pitch of the ball, too low. Right hamstring on Kingman. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball to the center fielder, Greg Rose, playing almost perfectly. All he has to do is wait and make the catch two-way. Bases are empty for Ted Sizemore. We're in the 8th inning. Thrown out on a great play by both Kruko and Bittner when he tried to reach for the bunt with 2 out of the 5th inning. I mean, it was a super play. He fouls that first pitch back out of play for a strike. Mike in the windup. Here's the delivery. Swung on, and a fly ball down the left field line. Klein's coming over. Can't get to it. It drops inside the line out near Bruce Sutter in the bullpen area. Pitcher's up and in on Sizemore, and he dumps the single. Now Tim McCarver is going to pinch hit for Larry Christensen. McCarver, it seems to me, has always had pretty good success against us. As a pinch batter, he is 3 for 16 with 1 run batted in. Normally, he starts only when Carlson pitches, and Carlson is due to pitch the second game here today. So McCarver very likely will be starting game 2. He's hitting .258 for the year. 5 runs batted in, no homers. The score, excuse me, open up again. The Cubs 2, the Philadelphia Phillies, nothing. The only runs have come after the first 2 Cubs were retired in the bottom of the 1st inning. Mercer a single and Kingman a homer. 8 hits for the day. 3 by the Phillies. And McCarver stepping in. First pitch. Fastball to the left-hander outside. Top of the 8th of our first game. Getting overcast again. There's a swing and a ground ball to Manny Creel. Going to retire the side. McCarver taking hard. He's out by a couple of steps. In the 8th, they go down with no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. They've left 3 men stranded so far today. The Cubs have left 4 men on, 3 in 1 inning. And the score, In our first game, bottom of the 8th inning, it's still Cubs 2, Phillies 0.
Say, if you're a Carroll's man, you're somebody special. No matter where the action is, you're there and looking good. Right now, you know the action is at Carroll's famous brand clothing sale. You'll find everything you need in summer suits, sport coats, slacks, at unbelievable savings. This sale includes the latest vested suits from our famous brand in a wide range of styles, fabrics, and colors. Vested suits regularly $165 to $175 reduced to $119.90. Other vested suits regularly $130 to $140, now only $99.90. Carroll's has bright spring sport coats and blazers in plaid, patterns, and solid colors. Yours for a cool 30% off. Famous brand dress slacks from the great Carroll Select Collection, regularly $18, are only $11.90 now. Even big and tall sizes in suits, sport coats, and slacks are available at drastic reductions. It only happens at Carroll's, then until July 10th, or while quantities last. Be a Carroll's man. Hurry to one of the 9 Carroll stores, including one at 63rd and Kedzie and Hillside Shopping Center.
Raleigh Eastwick, who started his career with the Cincinnati Reds, gained some fame there as a fine reliever along with Will McEnany. But on the free agent market, wound up with the Yankees, and a few weeks ago, the Phillies obtained him from the Yankees for Jay Johnstone. Right-hander. Been in 2 games for the Phillies, worked only 2 innings, given up 4 hits and 4 earned runs. For the Yankees, he won 2, lost 1 in 5 relief appearances. Eastwick winds the 8-2. Takes his first pitch, a ball too high. Yvonne will be followed by Greg Gross and Bobby Mercer. Cubs leading 2-0. Wind up by the right-hander. Eastwick's next pitch swung on. And he gets a high pop foul. Bob Boone giving chase back to the screen. Has not enough room. Out of the net. They remind you, a gift certificate. For ball games at Wrigley Field, the mighty, mighty welcome. An awful lot of folks that you would like to say thank you to for one reason or another. Maybe it's a birthday, wedding anniversary. That's the way of saying thanks for past favors. Hit the ball a little high, 2-1. A gift certificate good for any big league ball game here at Wrigley Field. You can use a check or a money order to send $5.50 per box seat. 2-1 delivery. Ivan swing. High fly ball. Lizinski comes trotting in. The bull will have no trouble. And he's got it. That'll bring up Greg Gross. For reserve grandstand seats, send your check or money order for $4.50 to the ticket office at Wrigley Field. Here in Chicago, the zip code is 60613. And for your order, be sure to add 50 cents for postage and handling and specify gift certificates in your request. Eastwick's first pitch. Greg takes a fastball for a strike away. Against Christensen, he flied out twice to Lizinski and grounded out to Cosnell. 0-1 delivery. It's a little off, but it's high. 1-1. Kingman's 2-run homer in the first inning. The entire scoring story in game 1 of our doubleheader today. And we're in the bottom of the 8th with the bases empty. 1 away, 1-1 delivery. Fastball caught the outside corner for strike 2. Gary Dale has a master's degree in science. Working behind the plate. 1-2 delivery. Greg gets under the fastball, fouls it out of play, third base side. That, I think, from California Polytechnic Institute. Made his home out in California for many, many years, but Gary is a native of Indiana, born in Evansville. 1 out, 1-2 delivery. Those reaches out, slaps a foul ball back against the screen. 1-2 remains to count on him. It's a tight one. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the windup by Eastwick. Right-hander pitch swung on, and a liner caught by the shortstop Larry Moore. Knee high to his left side. So Gross hitless in this series so far. 2 gone in the 8th inning, and Bobby Mercer, who tallied the first run of the day, stepping in. He has 2 of the Cubs' 5 hits off Larry Christensen. With yesterday's victory, the Cubs ran their road record to 11 wins and 21 defeats. First pitch, a strike call, the fastball. So they have been anything but great away from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, but there they have been almost unbeatable. As the Cubs well know, here's the delivery. Bobby swings, had a good cut, fouled it back out of play, strike 2. His first hit today, that single with 2 out and the bases empty in the first inning, handcuffed Sizemore. And Kingman sent one soaring high over the screen at left field. His 16th home run of the year. Since then, nobody has got the home plate safe. Eastwick waits that one outside, 1-2. Matter of fact, Eastwick retired 11 Cubs in succession. Trio spoiled his screen with a single. 1-2 pitch, fastball, high and away. Here's the windup. Steps off. There's just corroborating what we told you about Kingman making that great catch on Cardinal, pulled the hamstring right late. The foul ball off the catcher, Bob Boone. And if the Cubs lose Kingman for any period of time because of that, they're going to be in trouble for power. This starting lineup today, outside of Dave, 3 home runs, the most by any of them. Mercer reaches out, slaps that foul, back up under the screen, 2-2. The Aces with 3, Mercer with 3, Bittner with 3. Olivares, none yet. Trio and Rader with 2 apiece. That is not a typical Cub lineup, is it? 2 out, 2-2 delivery. Goes after one, a high fly ball, sending Musinski back to the warning track. He is there, and he hauls it in. A long shot the opposite side. In the 8th inning, 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 8, Mike Krukow has allowed 3 hits, no runs. And the Phillies come to bat in the first game of the Cubs, still leading 2-0.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams. Bob, it's Bruce Russell, and I'm ready to go with an auto loan.
Good. We'll be happy to arrange it.
You know, Bob, a lot of guys buy on impulse, but I shop around, you know.
Well, you should. A car is an important decision.
Took my time, gave it a lot of thought, and I know exactly what I want.
What are you getting?
I'm getting the 2-tone headrest, ashtrays front and back, and fully upholstered trunk.
I meant what kind of car you buying.
Bob, next time you see me, I'll be driving a sporty DeSoto runabout.
Bruce, I don't think they make that car anymore.
My second choice is the ever-popular Packard Coupe.
Bruce, I hate to say this, but...
Automobile?
No.
Broadway Limited?
That's a train.
Well, let me look through this World Series catalog again. Pierce Arrow, Nash Road.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
It makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular needs. There are 70 General Finance Chicago area offices. Call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 3-2020. Also an office in Fox Lake.
Krukow will face the top of the batting order. Big McBride, Larry Boa, Gary Maddox. We hope that's all because the next guy would be Luzinski. Suter keeping ready in the bullpen. Mike starts the windup. Left-hander McBride swings, and he got just a piece of the ball. Fouled it right at the feet of Rader. Krukow keeping it down and away to base. He's grounded out twice and popped up. Playing with kind of a sore ankle. 0-1 delivery. Left-hander swings. They drive into center field. Finds Gross ready. He makes the catch. Playing McBride almost perfectly. Larry Boa. One of the 3 Philadelphia hits off Krukow. Singled in the 4th.
This is a fellow that'll try to get on base any way he can to bring up Luzinski, so the Cubs have to be careful of a bunt, a drag bunt.
Harris is playing up in the grass at third. First pitch, he looks. It's a ball, a little low. Base is not very deep on the left side. Neither is Trio on the right. Wind up, 1-0 pitch. And he looks at a strike, 1-1. One out. Free hitter by Kruko so far. There's a pitch swung on and a high pop up to Manny Trio. He's calling for it. Comes to the edge of the infield grass. Two gone. And Kruko pounds his fist into his glove. Before Gary Maddox steps in here in the ninth inning, let's pause for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
Right-hander, first pitch is a strike. And Kruko really wants it. And so to the rest of his teammates. 0-1 delivery. Right-hander checks. It's a ball low and away. 1-1 on him. Buzinski over in the on-deck circle. Ball, 1 strike, 1 pitch coming up. Here it is. Swung on. And a high pop up into shallow right field. Bobby Mercer is there calling for it. Ball game is over. The Cubs win. Mike Kruko in his first start of the 1978 season has eclipsed his best previous performance, shutting out the Philadelphia Phillies on a 3-hitter, and he is getting a standing ovation as he is being bowed. What a shot! Boy, did that pitching staff need that one. It was 3 up and 3 down in the ninth inning. The first hit a single by Moa in the fourth. He gave up an infield single to Buzinski and a base hit to Sizemore in the eighth. So, the Philadelphia Phillies' 3-game winning streak on the road has come to an abrupt halt. And Mike Kruko, in his first start of the year for the Cubs, has his first victory. The final, the Chicago Cubs 2, the Philadelphia Phillies, nothing.
Hi, Pat Summerall. True Value Hardware stores want to help celebrate our nation's birthday. So they're offering True Test paints at special prices during True Test Anniversary Paint Value Days. For example, get True Test Woodsman Solid Color Latex Stain now for just $6.99 a gallon. Woodsman protects and beautifies the woods you live in. It's earned the Good Housekeeping seal, and it's available in 22 rustic flat colors. True Value Hardware stores also offer True Test Easy Care Latex Flat Enamel, their finest interior paint, now for just $9.97 a gallon. Easy Care's scrubbable hard finish keeps your rooms looking fresh for years. You can choose from white and 44 living colors, and it's earned the Good Housekeeping seal. See these and other True Test paints at special prices during True Test Anniversary Paint Value Days, now until July the 9th at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers. True Value, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business.
Man, oh man. Only an hour and 45 minutes. Of course, we also had a 13-minute rain delay. And Mike giving this pitching staff just what it needed, a complete performance and a brilliant, brilliant free hitter. Christensen, the losing pitcher, 5 and 7, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Cubs, 4 men left. The Phillies still run 3 hits, 1 error, 3 men left. And the only sad note about it is that Dave Kingman, who triggered a 2-run homer, his 16th of the year in the first inning, to provide all the scoring in the first game, pulled a right hamstring, making a long run on a catch of a drive off the bat of Jose Cardinal, and he had to be taken out of the ballgame. Other than that, a very joyous first game, Lou.
Yes, indeed. And as we mentioned on the Let's Talk Little Baseball show, the Cubs needed a home run. They need that home run in the lineup. And they got it today to win this ball game. Just too bad that Kingman had pulled a hamstring, but he made a fantastic catch on that ball off Cardinal's bat into short left center. And as you mentioned, it was just what the doctor ordered in Kruko, coming through with a good 9-inning job. These games now mean 2 for the Cubs as far as the standings go. So let's hope that we can come back and win this doubleheader, pick up another game on these Phillies.
I believe that's the Cubs' first shutout since they were home back in the early part of June at Dennis Lamb with a 5-0 victory over the San Diego Padres when he threw a one-hitter. Dean Richards spoiled it with a 2-out single. And here is young Mike Kruko throwing a 3-hitter against the Phillies, who have been shut out for only the 5th time this year. Well, Mike has got to be a very happy guy. Game 1 of the doubleheader goes to the Cubs, 2-0. And our first game broadcast is brought to us by your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealer. Find out how the gallant men of Olds can make car buying a pleasure for you. General Finance's 70 Chicagoland offices. To borrow up to $10,000, call friendly Bob Adams at Andover 3-2020. True Value Hardware Stores, not just a name. Boy, that's their way of doing business. True Value. And the G. Heilman Brewing Company of La Crosse, Wisconsin, makers of Old Style. The great year-brewed beer from God's country, and a lot of folks enjoying it at Wrigley Field right now, savoring the pleasures of this victory by the Cubs in the first game of the Twin Bill. Vince Floyd and Lou Boudreau here with you at Wrigley Field. Another one coming up, remember. Ray Burris is scheduled to go in that one for the Cubs against tough left-hander Steve Carlson for the Philadelphia Phillies. But the Cubs now just 2 games off the pace of the Phillies as they even up this series with a victory in the opener. We'll be back with a scoreboard in just a moment in Chicago, and for you network fans, come on back at the regular time for more action at Wrigley Field. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
About building a concrete patio, why not build a wood deck instead? More attractive, and with treated lumber, it'll last just as long. Hines has free plans for 10 different decks. All the Osmos all-weather wood you'll need to make your deck last for years and years. Osmos all-weather wood is pressure treated with special chemicals to prevent rotting and decay, and it's kiln dried twice to make every plank uniform and easy to cut and stain. With Hines lumber and building supply. Your free deck plans at Hines today.
How you doing, everybody? Lou Boudreau with a scoreboard brought to you by Continental Airlines. You know, there's no lower fare to anywhere that they fly than their chicken feed fares, and there's no restrictions. Well, you must be happy with the great job of Kruko and the Cubs defeating the Phillies in the first game 2-0. We'll get to that victory right after we talk about what's going to happen in the National American League. In the National League, Los Angeles will be at Cincinnati in a twilight night doubleheader. It's going to be John and Roden for the Dodgers against Moscow and Sarmiento for the Reds. And at the present time, Cincinnati trails San Francisco by 3.5 games. Los Angeles by 5. So that's the second place battle between the Dodgers and Cincinnati. San Francisco, in the meantime, will take on the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta for a twilight night doubleheader. And San Francisco will send the Count, Montefusco, and Halecki against the young left-hander Mailer and Divine, a right-hander. San Francisco at Atlanta in a twilight night affair. St. Louis, starting to roll, will be at Montreal. It'll be Porsche with an 8-6 record going against the Southpaw Grimsley, who has won 11, but now he has lost 4. New York will be at Pittsburgh. Espinoso, 6 and 7. And Rooker, the southpaw, will go for Pittsburgh. San Diego at Houston. Shirley on the mound for San Diego with a record of 4 and 9. And Rodney Richards, 6 and 9 record for Houston. Houston finds themselves 12 and a half games back. San Diego, 11 and a half games back. So that's a battle for 4th and 5th place. Atlanta, bringing up the cellar of the Western Division, finds himself 17 out. Right now, Montreal trails Philadelphia by 4. Pittsburgh trails Philadelphia by 5, 1 game behind Montreal. And New York is 11 out. St. Louis on the bottom of the National League Eastern Division, 13 out. We'll get to the American League right after this message.
Wait, Carl.
Who's this?
You gotta get up.
What time is it?
6:05.
6:05. 6:05? It's Saturday.
You gotta go pick up the airline ticket.
What airline ticket?
Our vacation.
Our vacation is until December.
We have to pick up the tickets before noon today to get the discount. Or maybe it's next week?
No,
today.
The discount. We have to get our tickets 3 months before we leave, then stay 8 months or more.
Wait, now remember. You get your tickets 127 days in advance.
Right.
You stay between 18 and 19 consecutive Fridays.
No.
Yeah.
Continental Airlines has put an end to the discount fares confusion. With Continental's new chicken feed fares, you save up to 40% off regular coach with no restrictions of any kind. The only limitation is the number of seats available. Call your travel agent at Continental. Ask for the chicken feed fare.
Who is it?
It's the airlines. We're too late.
Save 40% weekdays, 30% weekends with Continental's chicken feed fares. Call for details. In the American League, the White Sox will be up at Minneapolis, taking on the Twins. It'll be Hinton against Jackson. White Sox now 5.5 games out